The fungus has never been found growing above ground, or indeed anywhere else but in these ant nests. The leafcutter's colonies can grow to an enormous size, as much as 45 meters across. Each new nest is provided with a tiny piece of fungus to start it off, carried by the queen from the nest where she grew up. This system evolved and was perfected over millions of years. The leafcutters are tireless in their efforts. The only real enemies of the farming leafcutter ants are the army ants, the hunters of the forest floor. If in the course of one of their hunting expeditions they find a leafcutter nest, the result is war. It's not always completely one-sided. People have found healthy leafcutters with the heads of vanquished army ants attached to them, their jaws locked. But in this instance, it's the army ants who are stronger. A massive party sweeps towards and overcomes a leafcutter colony. The army ants pour through the forest in irresistible numbers, and soon the booty is being taken home, the grubs and cocoons of the leafcutters. It's all over very quickly. The hunters have triumphed over the farmers in another round of the continuing fight between the insect worlds Cain and Abel. Massive raids of this kind become a daily event as the army gains recruits. That's to say, as the young grubs grow up and need more and more food. Within a radius of 45 meters of the bivouac, the forest is systematically scoured until virtually everything that crawls has been dismembered and taken back to feed the army. The army ants' 3 weeks of sedentary life is coming to an end. The demand for food is still as great, but the supply is dwindling. It'll soon be time to move on. The outward sign of the change is an increase in the spring cleaning. All the time the bivouac is in use, refuse has been discarded. Indigestible pieces of insects are carried out and dumped into a midden below the tree. As the time comes to move, the midden fills up with the discarded cocoons of the new workers. The midden provides sustenance for enormous numbers of tiny beetles. They're called staphylinids, and in one way they're rather like ants themselves. As a family, they're highly adaptable, producing specialists to live in almost every habitat. Staphylinids like refuse, animal droppings, and decaying matter of all kinds. The army ant's midden is ideal for them. Dung in the midden is collected by a miniature dung beetle, a tiny scarab which lays its eggs in neatly rolled balls of dung. Scarabs were venerated by the ancient Egyptians, who thought they looked after the souls of the dead because of their habit of burying the dung balls in a chamber deep underground. The male and female work together to roll up their offspring's food supply. The army ant's whole way of life changes abruptly when the queen stops laying eggs. Soon after dusk, all the ants march out of their temporary home, moving through the forest in a purposeful stream, perhaps as much as 90 meters long. The advance guard lays a scent trail for the rest to follow. The ants will travel a few hundred meters until about midnight, and then set up a temporary bivouac for the rest of that night. A few late-developing pupae are carried along by the rear guard. They'll hatch in a day or two on the march. Among the last party to leave the old nest is the queen herself. Her abdomen has returned to its normal size in preparation for a fortnight's nomadic existence, marching and camping by night and hunting during the day. Neither species of ant can be said to be more efficient than the other. They're equally successful in their different behavior. In their encounters with each other, the odds would seem to be even. Like the homeless hunter Cain or the sedentary farmer Abel, the army ants and the leafcutters show two contrasting ways of exploiting the myriad of opportunities in Trinidad's forests.